going to talk through the development of my brief so far, my design decisions for audience-facing work, and my next steps. My research question is, how can I curate female perspectives to explore their fantasies linking to nostalgia and escapism? My goal with this project is to genuinely explore female thoughts about their fantasies and represent them accurately but succinctly. When it comes to visual references, my main inspiration was from found objects that evoked feeling of female escapism and nostalgia, like the record sleeve on the far left of this slide. I found a great book of poems of freedom by women called She Will Soar, which was put together by Anna Sampson, that inspired some of my later collage experiments that really target audience emotion. But primarily, I researched by getting responses from my audience, either to prompts that I sent out at the start of my research, or by visiting female-made spaces, like where this portrait was taken on the right, during a tarot reading where I interviewed Hannah, a tarot reader who spoke about the misconceptions of fortune tellers and fantasy and her thoughts and feelings about that topic. Midway through my research, I came across the quote, "Fantasy and reality often overlap, especially for women who have often had to imagine a world in order to survive this one," by Margaret Atwood. That really led my research, and I became intent on creating some outcomes exploring this crossover, which led to me seeking out organic meeting spots like coffee shop tables and allotments that tied to that common desire I kept finding for female community. In my visual tests, I experimented with layering my findings to combine multiple people's fantasies or to create narratives exploring one element of female desire or struggles with females' fantasies in the past. I gravitated towards collage as a medium, knowing that this is where I would like to push my work post-graduation. Curating all of this research and visual testing into something audience-facing was probably the hardest part of this brief, I found. I experimented with creating an online exhibition and some layouts for if I had an in-person exhibition, but found that my audience were more intrigued by the experimental zine I had made, which they could pick up and physically digest and flick through. In light of this, I have been creating a book which binds my key visual experiments into a narrative that gives an overview of my findings about female fantasy. My next steps are to refine this book after gaining some feedback and to present it in my portfolio professionally, as well as then refining and finishing my journal posts. Though this is my final outcome for my final major project, I know that through collaboration with Michelle and Rosie, this topic is one I will keep exploring, and I feel excited that I have that as a plan to keep me motivated to keep making work straight after hand in.